Well, here we are in November, about to hit Thanksgiving. We've got Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, end of year celebrations. We've got the pageants. We've got graduations. We've got the company parties, end of year parties, all of that stuff, right? It's a lot of distraction. And most people who are thinking about moving up in their career are thinking to themselves, let me just get through these 2 months and then I'll start taking a look at what's out there in January. Well, I have news for you. If that's you, you're making a huge mistake. I'm going to explain why and what you should do about it instead. Welcome into the channel. My name is Tom. I'm the founder of Vertical Motion, where we help good people become great leaders. If that's interesting to you, there's a link down below to explain what we do. But today what we're talking about is why now, right now, here in November of 2025, is the time for you to invest in yourself, in your executive career journey. November, December is the time when most professionals take their foot off the gas. They sit back a little bit, right? They got so much to do. There's like, I hear this all the time, like, I'll circle back on this in January. Let's revisit this in January, right? And so like January is this magical time where all of a sudden people have energy again, right? November, December, it's crammed full of things to do. Don't get me wrong. November is very busy and December isn't much better. In fact, it's in some cases more busy. And then from December 26 to December 31, it gets pretty quiet, right? And that's where most people just catch their breath, pause, reflect, right? Well, that's all well and good, right? And I don't take away that things get very, very busy at the end of the year, not just in your home life and your family life, but also in the work environment too. Things just get very busy here at the end of the year. And so it's natural for us to just like, I can only focus on so many things. Let me just put aside any growth that I'm doing in my career until January. And I'm here to tell you that that is a grave mistake, and I'm going to explain why right now. Here in November and December, what I just described is the mindset of the general population of people who are mid-career professionals wanting to become an executive leader. And what they do is they wait until January to even revisit, well, what kind of role do I want to work in? What kind of company do I want to work for, right? And so what do they do on January 1st? They get on LinkedIn.com and they type in a position description, vice president of something they already do, and there's just no opportunities. Oh man, there's nothing out there. Or they find one or two that have 2,000 applications already submitted for the role, right? And that's a terrible place to be. The reality is that there are people right now who are searching, who are putting themselves out there, who are doing the things that they need to do in order to be ready for the hiring season that's coming in January. The hiring season in January is basically from January 15th to about early May. So mid-January to mid-May. This is a 4-month season. It's a very long hiring season. And these are roles that there's a lot of people who retire at the end of a calendar year. And so there's backfilling some of that. There's also new roles created in new annual budgets, right? And so new initiatives, new projects, right? Especially around companies investing in AI. There's a bunch of opportunity in tech and product and things like that. New positions being created at the beginning of the year. And so all those positions, the recruiters are going to start searching for people in those roles probably the first or second week of January. When they go searching, you need to have already done the work to be seen by them. Now, let me explain what I mean by this. If you take LinkedIn specifically, and this is where I tell people primarily to focus their executive career journey growth on, is LinkedIn. The way LinkedIn works is not how you think, right? You put your profile out there, you put your position descriptions, it's a little bit of a resume, there's a small section of about me, and then a profile picture, right? So that's what most people have in their LinkedIn profile. But that's not actually what attracts hiring managers and recruiters to you. The reality is that the people who are posting content move higher in the search ranking results than the people who don't. And truth be told, less than 1% of all LinkedIn users post consistently. And so if you write content consistently, and specifically you write content that's about topics that are of interest to your industry, and you write things in a way that explains that you are a solution to a very difficult problem, like you know how to implement AI in the food and beverage industry, as an example, right? If you write about these things, if you talk about these topics, if you comment on other articles that are written on LinkedIn about these things, those things will show up in the search ranking results when on the backside of LinkedIn, the recruiters are typing in what they call Booleans, which are basically lists of words that they are looking for. And so they'll type in like, I want someone who has this kind of experience, this location, and I'm looking for, they have skills in right? All of these things. And then the results come to them like a search engine, right? Like, listen, think of LinkedIn not like Facebook, right? It is a social media platform, right? But that's not the kind of social media platform it is. It's more like Amazon, and you are the product. And if you're not out there marketing yourself as a product, like think about going to Amazon and you need to buy a broom, and you see a listing for a broom, and there's like one kind of grayed out, grainy picture of this broom in a corner that's, like with a bunch of other stuff around it. And it says, a broom works good. It has a 3-star rating by 2 people, and that's it. You go over here and there's like the Broomomatic 5000. It's the same exact price. It's available for delivery immediately, and you can get it today. And it has 5,000 reviews, and it's all 4.8 stars for the reviews. There's no complaints of returns, and you can certainly return it if there's a problem with it. And it's the exact same price as this other one. Which one are you going to buy, right? Well, take a look at your LinkedIn profile. Are you that dusty, grainy picture of a broom over here in the corner? Or are you the shiny Broomomatic 5000 that attracts people? This is the best broom I've ever seen in my life. And it's a terrible analogy, but the point is that if you're not putting yourself out there in a way that people can find you, they're not going to find you. And I need you to understand this more than anything else that I say, is that you're more likely to be found for your next role than you are to find your next role. I had 5 executive roles myself in my career. 4 of them were created for me. I wrote the position description for 3 of them. Only one had been created before I was considered for the role, and I was reached out to by an executive recruiter for that role. And by the way, that role was not publicly listed. It was not available online for people to just apply to, right? It was given to an executive headhunter to go find an executive, right? It's not that you have to find your next job. It's that you have to be found for your next role. So take the time right now to figure out how you can position yourself as a solution to somebody's problem in your industry, and then start letting people know that you are that solution. There's lots of ways to do that. I have a program called Thought Leadership for Introverts, which teaches you from 0 to 60 miles an hour how to start creating content, even if you hate the idea of writing content on social media. We have a program that helps people do that, and I will tell you, the results are ridiculous. We don't teach this stuff because we like it. I hate social media. I hate YouTube. I hate LinkedIn. I hate Instagram especially, right? But I have to use these channels because this is how we find our tribe. This is how we find community. This is how we find each other, and we learn from each other. I watch a ton of coaches online, and I learn from them. And hopefully you're learning something from me in this process as well. So we have to use this necessary evil in order to find our tribe. Now, there is a way to do it, and there's a way to do it that puts you on LinkedIn lunatics or makes you look very bad. And so there's nuance to how to do it, and we teach all of that. The other thing that you need to be doing right now in November and December is you need to be reaching out to contacts in your network. Listen, nobody likes getting hit up by someone they haven't talked to in 8 years because they're out of a job. Right? They're like, hey, I got laid off 3 months ago. Nobody's hiring me. You got a job for me? Hey, it's been 8 years since I've talked to you. How have things been going? It sounds like they've been rough. That's a tough place to put someone, and it just sounds desperate. It feels like needy, right? Like, what's in it for me if I help you? I don't mean to make it sound like I don't want to help people. I make it sound that just understand what's going on in the mind of someone who gets that kind of message as the first communication they've had with you in 8 years. If that person had been connecting with me, or I've been connecting with them over the last few years, like, hey, just checking and seeing how you're doing. Do you need any help? Is there anything I can help with? Those kinds of messages really mean a lot to me. And I try to put them out to as many people as I can. I have tens of thousands of connections, hundreds of thousands on some of the other social. I can't connect with everyone, so that's why I do these more broadcast style connections. But that one-to-one connection that you have with someone really solidifies a relationship, and they will go to war for you if they like you, believe in you, and want good things for you to happen. So put yourself out there in a way that is not just always asking for stuff. Gary Vaynerchuk, who's a marketing guy, don't worry about it. He's got this book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And the premise of the book basically is that you basically give value, give, ask. And so I like to say one give, one ask, even when reaching out to someone. Whenever you are asking somebody for something, make sure you're also giving them something at the same time. We can do a whole video talking about what that can look like, but you can give value to people when you're asking for value from people. If you want to learn more about how to do those things, I have a free masterclass that I offer from time to time, and there is a link down below, and there's a link in the description. It's wholeexecutive.com/free masterclass. And it is a free 1-hour masterclass that I teach regularly that is basically talking about the things that hold people back in their executive career journey. And so if you want to learn how to do the things that I just described, join me at that masterclass and you'll learn something. I promise you will take away value from that 1 hour. Everything I do in there is highly valuable. And so I don't like to waste people's time with fluff. Come to that masterclass. It's a free masterclass. It's my way to give back to this community. So hopefully I'll see you at one of those masterclasses, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.